What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why the oil field is so dangerous. Did you guys know that the oil field is listed as one of the most dangerous jobs in the United States? Any kind of oil field work. So that's what we're going to talk about. Why does it seem like people end up getting killed or even hurt very, very badly out here? That's just what we're going to be talking about in this video. You guys do not want to miss this. All right, guys, so we're going to be talking about the oil field and how dangerous it is out here to actually conduct work in the oil field. The oil field industry is one of the most dangerous jobs that you can do in the United States, and there's a number of reasons why it's considered the most dangerous job, and we're going to be covering that in this video. So let's go ahead and look at why the oil field is so dangerous. So we're going to be looking at an article that I found on Google about why the oil field is so dangerous, and let's go ahead and look at this article right here. All right, guys, so this is a Schmidt and Clark article, a national law firm. So these guys deal with like oil field injury claims and things like that. So if we come down here, we're going to be looking at the types of injuries in oil field jobs. So injuries from heavy equipment is, they're saying that they get some claims from this right here. So I could see that, people out there on the pipeline or something, use some excavators to actually dig the hole, to actually put the pipe down in the hole. You could definitely have some injuries with that. Falls from oil derricks. So people, the derrick man up there in the top of the oil field, whether he's tripping in or tripping out pipe, he could potentially fall from the derrick. Slip and fall accidents. This is a common occurrence out in the oil field. People do slip and fall all the time. You got oil-based mud everywhere, gel, water, all kinds of different stuff. And also trip hazards, man. There's a lot of stuff laying around on the ground. People trip over that, fall. Lots of those accidents, guys. Pipeline blowouts is another thing. Pipelines blow out. I wouldn't say all the time, but it could occur. All right. So that could be a thing that could happen. Going along with that, we deal with a lot of pressures, guys, like high pressure stuff. If you go up north, you could be dealing with, on an oil well, like 10,000 pounds of pressure, guys. It's a lot of pressure. Down here, working with the frac or anything like that, anywhere between, 5,000 to 10,000, 12,000 pounds of pressure, pumping all that water and sand down hole. So lots of high pressure stuff. So there's big potential if something could go wrong. Now, toppling freight from dangerous machinery. I got a cool story about this. So even something as small as like a crescent or a pipe wrench falling from a derrick, let's say, or from a man lift, could cause some serious injury to people down on the ground. That's why you always got to have your hard hat on. All of your risk mitigation equipment, safety equipment, must be wearing all that, all your PPE at all times, guys. And a lot of fatal injuries, a lot of different things going on. Lots of stuff can blow up out here. People not using proper lockout tagout procedures. If they go to down a piece of equipment and they don't properly lock out or tag out that piece of equipment, next guy that comes in there to use that could cause a serious accident. Previous maintenance guy did not lock out or tag out that piece of equipment. A lot of things can go wrong in the oil field, as you guys can tell. Now, another common occurrence that we have in the oil field, and I have seen this personally, is fingers, guys. People lose fingers all the time. People lose toes all the time. And it's just one of those things, man. But like Gerald always said,
don't put your fingers nowhere you wouldn't put your pecker.
So going back to pressures and stuff, right now I work in CNG. So I haul compressed natural gas to frac sites, and they use that as fuel for their frac. So they'll dilute the diesel and actually makes fracking a job a lot easier and a lot cheaper. Now with CNG, we're dealing with pressures up to 4,000 pounds. And when it actually gets to the pumps, the frac pumps, you're looking at about 200 to 250 pounds of pressure. So super dangerous. So you don't want to be popping one of those hoses off because it could blow up in your face. But with everything in the oil field, lots of high pressures. Now, another danger in the oil field is going to be H2S gas. This is something that we try to mitigate at all times. Most of the time you'll see me wearing like a little H2S monitor. That monitors the H2S gas in the air. H2S gas is extremely deadly, guys, and it could cause a fatality very, very quickly. So we wear these monitors to help us detect H2S gas present in our work areas. So I'll bring up an article for you guys. This happened actually a few years ago in Odessa. It actually was a pumper and his wife. Let me bring up the article for you guys so you guys can see this. All right, guys. So in this article here, this is actually pretty sad. This actually occurred, I think it was in 2019 or something like that, right before the COVID pandemic. This was actually a pumper and his wife. What happened was this guy used to work for Aghorn, And Aghorn was an operator down here. So they were an oil production company. And he basically took care of all of the wells in his area. So this was actually in the metropolitan area of Odessa. He went out to examine a well where he got a fault. So this pumper here went to go correct the fault, and what it was a water transfer station that actually had a fault on one of the pumps. So he went out there to go fix it. Well, instead of locking out, tagging out like he was supposed to, he decided, since he's done this a million times, he would just go ahead and try to correct whatever was wrong with it. Well, the problem was that there was a lot of H2S gas present, and the H2S gas monitor he did not have on. So the monitors that we wear did not have that on. I don't even think it was with him. But also in this unit, there's supposed to be an H2S monitoring system, which would have an alarm go off, and that was not properly working. And then a lot of other things, the equipment and stuff was just old, not very well maintained. And that kind of goes back to like the company, the actual oil producing company, the operator did not maintain their equipment properly, and he actually died while working on this pump. So his wife got concerned because she didn't hear back from her husband, and so she actually drove out to location and went to where he was at, and then also died. Now these two people right here actually have two kids. So now these kids are living, who knows with who, maybe some other family or something, but definitely a sad situation. So H2S gas is actually a very deadly danger here in the oil field, and that every oil field worker is constantly looking out for. So now, guys, let's get down to the last bit. What is the most dangerous part of the oil field? So we've went over a lot of things, but I'm going to tell you right now, the most dangerous part of the oil field that can affect anybody, no matter where you work at, is actually going to and from work and actually driving around places out here in the oil field. And that's right, accidents, car accidents, fatalities, those are the biggest dangers here in the oil field. And it is so dangerous that Occidental Petroleum actually has a sign every time that you enter onto a highway from a leash road, you're now entering the most dangerous part of the oil field, or dangerous part of West Texas, and that would be the highways, guys. Definitely the most dangerous part of the job is driving. I have some information here to show you guys from a website. This is actually from Texas Department of Transportation, and we're going to go look at exactly how dangerous it is, and we'll look at it by the county. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and look at that. All right, guys, so now we're looking at the actual crash statistics. Fatalities are also included in these statistics. Now this is from the Texas Department of Transportation. This is from their website, man. This is from actually last year. They don't have the data for 2023. That data will come out in January, but we're just looking at what happened last year. And obviously last year was not as busy as it is this year. Still pretty busy, but we're definitely more busier now than we were last year. So let's go ahead and look at this. All right, so let's just go to Ector County, which is up there by Midland and Odessa. A lot of you guys will be looking at going to work up there if you do come out here to work in the oil field. A lot of guys will start off in Ector County. All right, so Ector County, we had fatal crashes. All right, this is just in Ector County. Okay, this isn't the entire oil field out here. Just in Ector County, they had 38 fatal crashes with 42 fatalities. So out of those 38 fatal crashes, 42 people died. Now, total crashes in Ector County, now this is including just minor crashes, fatalities, serious injury crashes. We had 4,309. All right, that is a high number for just a small little town like Midland and Odessa. And that's just one county. So now let's go ahead and look at Reeves County. This is the county that's also very busy, Reeves County. So let's go ahead and look at Reeves County, and we'll actually show you guys actually how dangerous driving is out here in the oil field. All right, so Reeves County. Reeves County had 14 total fatal crashes. So 14 total fatal crashes, 17 fatalities. So out of those 14 fatal crashes, 17 people died. And crashes with serious injuries, there were 20 crashes that resulted in serious injury or bodily harm. And as we look here in Reeves County, total crashes in Reeves County was 474. Now, this is not a very big county, guys. So, guys, these are just two small counties out here in the oil field in West Texas. And as you can see, driving to and from work is definitely a life or death decision that everybody out here makes every single day. So that's why you need to constantly be aware of your surrounding, be vigilant when you're actually driving out here in the oil field, because just that split second that you make the wrong decision out here on the roadways could cost you your life. And that's why the oil field is so dangerous. And you have to realize that a lot of people out here are working like 16 hours a day for the most part. Truck drivers, maybe 14, maybe even 24 hours. A lot of people are working very fatigued, and they're trying to get to places very quickly. Anytime that a company has to shut down for even an hour or so, they're losing thousands of dollars in revenue. There's a constant pressure of hurry up, we need to get this done. And then alongside that, put high pressures, people driving like crazy on the highways, people cutting corners when it comes to risk mitigation. It's just a recipe for disaster. And that's what makes the oil field extremely dangerous. But anyway, guys, that is my spiel on why the oil field is so dangerous. It's actually one of the most dangerous jobs that I've ever had. Definitely more dangerous than going over the road. If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screens. Turn on those bell notifications so that you guys get notified every single time that I put a video out. And until next time, keep it between the ditches.